What's up, guys? Jace, Red Digital.
Leslie, Red Digital.
And today we are talking about, we actually had a really hard time coming up with a good topic this week. I've been out of town. Leslie's been slaving away.
It's true, guys.
All right. So we are going to talk about...
Two things.
First thing is Instagram
Reels.
Instagram Reels. So
Right.
we'll give you the story of that. But first we're going to talk about what Leslie wants to talk about. And that is...
Consults. Is it better to do free or paid consults?
Free or paid consults.
Yeah.
For those who do not speak Spanish.
Shut up.
Free or paid consults.
Free or paid consults.
All right. And actually, this is a real good question. We get a lot of clients that are doing free consults, or they're wondering if they should charge for consults. Something that scares a medical clinic is when they're doing paid, they're scared that they're not going to come in, or they're not going to have enough people coming in. And Leslie right now is doing texting while she's shooting a video.
Yep, my clients always come first.
Oh.
And this is the second week it's
I know,
happening.
second week in a row. But so everyone's nervous about whether they should be charging their clients to show up. So Leslie's going to give you the breakdown on when you should be doing paid, when you should be doing free, because you should be doing both. It's not one or the other.
Right. The biggest factor is most people for medical marketing, they market a specific service. So spinal decompression, regenerative medicine, a machine, or a certain procedure. Now, the biggest question I always ask, is that procedure usually covered by insurance, or can you bill Medicare or Medicaid for it? If the answer is yes, you do a free consult, and the consult's also part of an insurance verification to make sure their insurance will cover the procedure, and then it's a lot more streamlined and it's faster.
So if you're doing insurance,
Free consult.
free consult. Insurance, free consult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you're not doing insurance, like regenerative medicine, you need to be doing a paid consult. That stuff ranges from $3,000 to $15,000. If someone cannot afford a $49 consult, they cannot afford your services.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the easiest thing.
Easy. That's the best way to put it. If you charge an insurance, do a free consult. If not, you need to do a paid consult. Now, what happens if no one shows up at their office because they don't want to pay?
Well, then you're targeting the wrong people. You're not giving them enough hurdles, or even telling them just to let you know, insurance might not cover this. Do you want to proceed?
Okay.
It's just about verifying and making sure there's enough questions asked.
Okay. So just make sure it's a juggling act, but that's a good rule of thumb. If you're charging the insurance, just do free.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, then you need to do a paid so that you're not wasting your time with a lot of people that can't afford it. Now, there are some things where people just don't want to pay $49 to come in and talk to you either, even though they might be able to afford your stuff. So it's just a juggling act.
Right. And ultimately, you know your demographic and your patients the best. So make sure your marketing agency is willing to work with you. And if, we have a clinic in California, it's a $15,000 to $40,000 service.
Yeah.
He does free consults because he knows the people in my area, they're very frugal, but they can afford it. I'm going to do free consults. I still make my money.
Okay.
Or even he pays for their Ubers because they're
Oh,
too cheap.
they're too cheap, so he pays for their Ubers and then sells them on a $50,000 product?
Yeah. So he knows his clientele the best, so.
Okay. I talked to a client this week they're just chiropractic service, and they do a $39 introductory offer. They get them in the door, then they upsell them onto x-rays, okay, which then covers a lot more of their expense. And then from there, they have a very high close rate from x-rays to their program, which is a $1,500 to $3,000 product. But they do a $39 introductory rate to come in, and then they'll upsell them there into getting all the x-rays.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you're a chiropractor, understand that you are competing against the joint. People who just are Googling chiropractor, they might have back pain, but they're Googling chiropractor and they want to just go to an office and get adjusted. I know a lot of you functional medicine, regenerative medicine doctors don't like to do adjustments, but that's what people are searching for. They have a problem, so it's best, in my opinion, if they want an adjustment, get them in there. And then just talk to them, because I feel like getting them in there is better. But there are a lot of people out there that just want a $29 adjustment. They'll go to the Joint. But the Joint is taking, you go look at thejoint.com, they're taking a lot of business from chiropractors, huge amounts. And they're opening up everywhere. They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on SEO. They are popping up #1 all over the place. So that's your competition. Got it? Which you need to have an offer like they have. If you want to get chiropractic people in the door, you're competing on AdWords, you need to have an offer.
Right.
Got it? Okay.
So that answers that question.
That's it. So let's talk about Instagram Reels. It just came out, and Leslie will go over Instagram Reels.
It's pretty easy to use. It's 15 seconds long. And that's it.
I know.
Thanks for watching Red Recap, guys.
No.
Just kidding.
What did it replace? Why is this even happening? Why is Instagram bringing out Reels?
It's trying to replace TikTok. So same thing with stories when Snapchat was at its peak.
Yeah.
It's just trying to keep people on the interface, essentially.
Okay. It's the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of problems with TikTok right now in the US because it's owned by China. They're spying on everything. And so Instagram came out with Reels. And is it going to work? Yes. What's nice about it is it's kind of like TikTok, where when you're scrolling through it, the algorithm hasn't adapted yet. So it's really coming through as people post, which everyone used to love that on Facebook before the algorithm got in and started to tell you what you should be looking at.
Right.
So you do want to be using that. You don't need to be posting. As a business, post once a week. It's not a big deal. But you post it right there through your Instagram. You click on your search button. Then right there at the top, it'll be Reels. Click on that. Up in the top right corner, it'll say camera. Click there, and then you can post.
Yep, super easy to use.
Super easy. What else, Leslie?
I'm trying to think.
Any issues this week that we saw pop up?
Yeah, make sure your landing pages are mobile friendly.
Hey.
I clicked on a lot of ads this week, and I was just like,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Google calls it mobile first indexing. So make sure your web pages are optimized for mobile.
Right.
Like you really should look to build it out on mobile first. And you do that. Don't worry about crazy background images. Don't worry about
videos.
Yeah, video backgrounds.
Right.
And make sure the font is correct sizing, the gapping, all that spacing, call to action. Another thing is you don't want a little tiny form where no one can see what they're doing. So all that stuff. Common sense.
Common sense.
That's it.
That's it. I don't have anything else.
I don't either. So we will see you maybe next week. Actually, we're going to be driving race cars next week.
Should we do it in the race car?
Yeah, maybe we'll do it in the race car next week.
Okay.
So, hey, peace out.
See you guys.
Keep marketing.